Superman Batman writer Joshua Williamson admits outrage sells comics. Quote, it sucks, but it is a pattern that I've seen in my time at DC. This story comes to us from Spencer Baculi over at Bounding Into Comics. According to longtime DC writer Joshua Williamson, one of the most stark lessons he has learned throughout his ongoing tenure with the publisher is that, simply put, outrage sells more than satisfaction. You got like everybody being wiped away here in this latest event. And I wouldn't say the latest event, but yeah, it was last year, Death of the Justice League. Yeah. The current Superman Volume 6 writer shared his insight into the comic book industry while speaking to Popverse's G. McMillan in promotion of his and artist Tom Riley's new G.I. Joe series for Skybound Entertainment, Duke, Volume 1. Per an excerpt of their conversation provided by McMillan, at one point during the talk, Williamson admitted how, quote, sometimes people get really angry. They spend money, which is the saddest thing. But it's been the hardest lesson that I've learned from DC. It's that when people are happy, they spend less. It sucks, but it's a pattern that I've seen in my time at DC. This is what Williamson is explaining here. And yeah, of course, you got like the Batman who laughs there and stuff like that. Yeah. Turning to offer his own personal thoughts on using this knowledge to his own advantage, Williamson then explained, quote, I don't want to make anybody mad. The thing is, I would want to say, first and foremost, trust me. It's not just about, oh, I want to piss people off. That's not what you're doing at all. What you want to do is you want to establish some kind of trust and then say, listen, this is going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be crazy at times. There's going to be ups and downs, and it's going to be nuts. But trust me to come on this ride with me. And you got John Kent fighting Doomsday with his dad, and I don't understand why that happened, but Doomsday is just the thing that people use when they don't have a better excuse for Superman to fight, right? Mogul's busy or something. I don't know. The Flash Volume 5 scribe then noted while any good story sees its characters facing some sort of struggle, those which subjected them to nothing but an endless torrent of pain and misery, Zeb Wells, Amazing Spider-Man, were far from what many readers would consider satisfactory. Quote, in any kind of story, the character will kind of has to go through it, explained Williamson. Quote, they have to go through hard times so that they can reveal who they are. It's one of those rules of Pixar. They talk about this a lot. You root for them trying. They have to try, and then they have to get kind of beat up. Man, when you're watching anything, a movie or reading a book, and the characters just get the crap kicked out of them, and then they get back up, and they're just like, let's keep going. I'm going to keep going. It's like that Captain America moment where he says, I can do this all day. That's the stuff where you're like, hell yeah! There's the Flash family running together. Yep. Unfortunately, for those curious, Williamson concluded his time with McMillan without having provided any specific examples as to which recent DC series, if any, were produced with the goal of farming what little extra outrage dollars fans of DC Comics are still willing to shell out. Now, Spencer goes on to provide us with an extensive list of how many could be candidates for this approach. You remember Heroes in Crisis? That's a great example, right? Or how about when Batman was beating the crap out of the most vulnerable criminals, not just the everybody criminal, I guess. I don't know, the normie criminal. I'm not sure. But you can go ahead and check out that list. I'll put the link to the article down in the description. Feel free to check it out. Let us know what you think about this and which books that DC has put out over the past, 10 years, probably be a good guess. Which books over the last 10 years that came from DC do you think have this, edict, this order to tick people off, to piss people off in order to get them to buy it or return to DC to find out what the hell is going on?